from the XL Energy Center in downtown St. Paul. It's CCX Sports coverage of the State Girls Hockey Tournament. Tonight, a Class AA quarterfinal between the number 5 seed, the Minnetonka Skippers, and the 4th seed, the Maple Grove Crimson. Hello and welcome to XL. John Jacobson along with Dan Ficken for tonight's telecast. The 4th of the 4 quarterfinals in AA. Edina just defeated Eastridge. The winner of this game will play them on Friday night. But Dan, I think it's going to be a terrific matchup. Two teams that did play very early in the season. Maple Grove won in overtime over the Skippers 3-2.
Yeah, just early, neither one of the teams really had their systems put together, and they learned a lot from it. I think Minnetonka got their power play going, which has been fantastic all year. Got him off the schneid, but Maple Grove just came in. Tater scored in overtime to win it for Maple Grove.
Minnetonka, not a great record. This is their 5th state tournament appearances and their first 3 state championships and a runner-up. But Coach Eric Johnson has coached this team through. It's a very young team at the beginning of the season. He said, we're not young now. We've played 28 games. The girls that didn't have a lot of varsity experience do now. And they had a great section tournament after a 4-game losing streak to end the regular season. And here they are.
They'd actually, I think they were like 2-8-1 in their last, 11 games going into sections. And all of a sudden, a different team showed up in sections. I mean, they exploded. They were averaging a little over three goals a game during the season. They had 6 goals a game during the sections, and they just lit it up.
And for Maple Grove, we saw them last week against Centennial win that section final. Had fallen behind the Cougars, tied it up late in the second period on a Chloe Corbin goal, and they just had a great third period, really shut down Centennial, scored 3 goals themselves, and it was a terrific hockey game. And they're to the state for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah, their scores really showed up. Man, and Tater, all of them just played. Stensley all played outstanding, and they got stronger as the game went on. Second and third period, they took charge, they shut them down, and they got some beautiful goals and set up some good plays. They look like a tournament-ready team also, and I think they got a shot. They looked really good the other night.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Minnetonka. Lacey Martin, a third of her goals, Dan, came in the section playoffs last week. 9 postseason goals.
That's what you call a money player. She ended up with 45 points, but power play. She had 3 power play goals, but 2 during the section, which were key goals when they needed them. She can really play hockey. She's fast, she's mobile, she's got a great shot, and she's just got that knack of getting to the right place of the puck and score goals.
And for Maple Grove, Lauren Stensley, sophomore, who scored twice in the section championship.
She don't play like a sophomore. Boy, I'll tell you what, you're going to notice number 16 all night. She is all over the place. She plays hockey with a mad passion. She goes after everything, has great moves, tremendous hands, great speed, and can get in on your net real quick. If you're not keeping your eye on her, all of a sudden she's going to be in front of your goalie, and you're going to be in deep trouble. She's had a great season.
Playing at XL Energy Center, what does it mean to these girls? There's only one player who's played in a state tournament. Manna McMahon was a freshman on the 2016 Maple Grove runner-up team. For the rest of them, this is a brand new experience playing in a state tournament and playing in a venue like this.
Well, yeah, you got to play it as just another game, because it is just another game. Now, yeah, you're at the XL Energy Center, but, it isn't that packed. They had packed houses when they were playing at Maple Grove and at Pagel Arena and stuff. So I don't think it's going to be much of a difference for them if, they just got to get over the nervousness in the first period, and they will be nervous. And after that, they'll settle down and play their game because they got 2 of the best coaches in the state who know how to coach kids and teach them how to play.
Should be a great one. Minnetonka, Maple Grove, State Girls Hockey comes your way next, right here on CCX.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Welcome to the XL Energy Center. State Class AA Girls Hockey on CCX. Minnetonka, the number 5 seed, and number 4 seed, Maple Grove. John Jacobson with Dan Ficken about to call this one tonight. High atop the Al Shaver press box at XL Energy Center. The 4th AA game. Edina, the number 1 seed, just dispatched of Eastridge 7-0 down. That Edina team, you know, you had a chance to see them last week against Whiteside. Awfully good, and they await the winner of this one.
Well, they're looking for the three-peat, and they got a definite shot at doing it. But we've got a couple of excellent teams right now that I think got a shot. We're looking at both goalies.
Bryn Dulek, an outstanding sophomore, and goalie of the year finalist Lucy Morgan from Maple Grove. We are underway. Minnetonka in the blue, Maple Grove in white. These teams played back November 29th. Maple Grove won in overtime 3-2. They know each other's personnel, but neither coach put a lot of weight into that as far as the outcome of that game and how their teams are playing now compared to 2.5 months ago.
Yeah, they were very clear about it. It was early, and we still had a lot of stuff to get accomplished. So these are two very different teams than when they played the first time around.
Minnetonka keeping the puck in the Maple Grove zone behind the net. Lacey Martin, 27 goals on the season for her. And now it's Maple Grove up through center ice. Lauren Stensley will chip the puck in, then go after it back behind the net. Tries to center it. That got broken up. Along the left wall, it's taken by Minnetonka. It's skated by Martin back up and down into the Maple Grove end. She'll dump it. It goes around the corner. Martin gets right back after it for the Skippers. She'll drop it back to the blue line. Then a good pass in the circle. A shot going wide from there, but a good look for Minnetonka. Shot away here, goes wide in the net off the stick of Hannah Baskin. To the blue line, kept in briefly by Anna Sorensen, then Maple Grove able to play it out. Back into the Crimson zone. Maple Grove gaining control back behind the net. Emma Larson playing it back for Bridget Getch. Trying to get it to Larson, intercepted briefly, and then it's back onto the stick of Getch. Off the glass, took a weird carom there, and then back on to the stick. Now the Emma Larson got it up through center, down to the Minnetonka end as Maple Grove makes a change. That pass off the stick of Olivia Meredith, who chases it down for Minnetonka, but Maple Grove was there first. Overskated briefly, and then Maple Grove able to play it back ahead and down into the Tonka zone. Dulac stopping it back behind her net. And out to center ice and back down into the Crimson end. Right onto the stick of Annika Johnson. Lost it. Pushing it down was Keelan Langfels, going to Holy Cross next year to play hockey. And now Maple Grove back with it. As Sam Stelgis comes up the left wing. She'll jump it into the Tonka zone. And Lisa LaRouche with the puck. And down to the Minnetonka, Maple Grove end it goes, and get her first whistle. Nearly 3 minutes into the first period. It's icing on Minnetonka.
Well, we've seen some familiarity here. Maple Grove is just kind of taking it easy here when they get in the attack zone. They're not really pushing hard in the forecheck. They're pulling out of the zone, making sure all 5 players are coming back and protecting their zone right now. That will change as soon as they start getting comfortable. Tonka doing a nice job connecting pass. Good shot by Maple Grove.
Good quick shot off the faceoff. It was Emily Herdine who put it on net. Larson getting it down to Stensley's stick. Her shot goes wide. Manon McMahon with it. Turns and comes in front. Backhanded toward the net. Picked off in front by Molly McHugh. The talented senior will play it down into the Crimson zone. Another icing coming on Minnetonka.
Well, that time we saw some pressure, and defense finally cleared away, but 3 good opportunities there for Maple Grove as they moved around inside the Tonka zone.
Just the 1 shot on goal so far here in the opening 3+ minutes. Minnetonka able to get the puck out to center and down to the Crimson zone, but right onto the stick of Larson. Turns back, slides it across for Gatchin, and the pass missed up ahead, or rather for Jenna Tim, and it's icing on Maple Grove.
Rare mistake by Jenna Tim there. She got kind of sidelined and stuck up against the boards. The only outlet was the winger on there was covered. got Badger for icing. Tonka's kind of pressing too, John. Their D are not leaving the attack zone quick. They're going to pinch.
Face-off win for Minnetonka, and the pass from Nicholson to the corner didn't connect. Came out, and Lucy Morgan able to deflect the puck. Tip in front. Morgan's got to make her first save. Backhand shot, and that goes wide off the stick of Kylie Mills. Minnetonka's first shot was a good one, and Lucy Morgan up for the challenge. Tim back behind her net. Plays it out to the line. Kept in nicely there by Baskin, who stepped around the player. Baskin will drop the puck off from Mills. The blue line shot away, goes wide of Morgan in the Crimson net. Skippers keep it in. Out around behind the net. Martin picks it up. Macy Martin dangerous with the puck, comes into the slot. Backhand shot on Morgan. The save made. The rebound try. Morgan another save.
Whoa.
And a quick whistle there. The puck was not frozen, but they get a whistle. And the faceoff in the Maple Grove end. So look at that sequence again.
Lacey Martin being dangerous. Boy, every time 12's on the ice, you better know where she's at. They actually left her alone in front of the net there earlier on in this rush, and then she got a hold of it and started moving around. You can see how offensive-minded she is. She's got good moves.
Larson playing it all the way down the icing here. Comes back down to the left and behind Bryn Dulac, the sophomore goalie for Tonka. Skippers with it. Sorensen, the defenseman. Number 19 will bank it out to center, right onto the stick of Alvarez. Ellie Alvarez, top of the right circle, will stop. Played around behind the net for Helling out in front. Morgan's got to be alert on that one. And it's chipped by Emily Herdeen to the blue line, but not out of the zone. Minnetonka able to keep it in, but Maple Grove's got control. It's Larson, has it on her stick, plays it out to center, overskated there by McMahon at center ice. Tonka regains control. They'll have to reset back in their own end. Rory Gilday with the puck. Sophomore comes up through center, and they'll dump it down as Minnetonka makes a change. Morgan leaving it for Tim. Tim will bank it up to center. And played ahead there by Immaculate of Maple Grove. Maple Grove will come back to their own line. Tim circling at the blue line. And across to Johnson. Up ahead to the blue line and down in the Tonka zone. Working hard there. Mavis Sachs, number 18, trying to get a play on it. Got it behind the net, but Minnetonka controls there. They get it to center. Backhanded, back in by Immaculate of Maple Grove.
See here now with Maple Grove, they're just not really pushing too hard on that forecheck. They're keeping three people back at all times. Tonka showing a really tight trap in the neutral zone, cutting off the passing lanes and throwing everything back to the outside. And it's being effective against Maple Grove.
Shots on goal so far, 4-1 in favor of Minnetonka. Played 6.5 minutes of the scoreless first period. Handover, Brainerd and Edina, the earlier winners today. None of those games particularly close. Brainerd's the closest to winning 4-0 over White Bear Lake.
They look pretty good, though.
Yeah.
But Andover, boy, I'll tell you, there's a hockey team. I like them a lot.
Here comes Maple Grove. Now Tater with a shot at the goal. Sneaks past Dulick and in. And Justana Tater has given Maple Grove a 1-0 lead.
Well, there's the igniter for Maple Grove. They got an opening, and their skill players, Christiana Tater, obviously one of them. The sophomore coming up, made a nice rush down the left-hand side, brought it in. She's a right-handed shot. You can see her come through. Watch the move coming right there. Gets herself in the middle, and filters through the 5-hole. And if Maple Grove has got one big advantage over the Skippers, it's goaltending. Lucy Morgan is one of the top candidates for top goaltender in the state. And you know, I don't know if Dulek didn't have enough shots on her at this point, but was kind of surprised her, got on her quick, and it slipped through the 5-hole.
Big shot. Morgan's going to make the save on that one for Maple Grove. Shot, and then Morgan's got to make another save. That was a good one on Martin.
Scoring for Maple Grove, number 17, Christina Tater. Single assist for 7, Emma Larson. Time of goal, 6.
Emma Larson gets the lone assist on the Tater goal. As Maple Grove gathers the puck up. Tim, rink-wide pass, nicely done ahead to Nordstrom into the Minnetonka line. Comes it, Minnetonka will chase it, and they'll come out. Nice little stop there by Maggie Nicholson. Misses on the pass at center to her line mates, and it's icing on Tonka.
Rare misplayed by Maggie Nicholson. She just is a tremendous defense. Coach Johnson had a lot of good things to say about her. He wants to keep her out on the ice as much as he possibly can.
There's Eric Johnson, 14th year as head coach, 5th state tournament appearances, and 3 state championships, and a runner-up in his first 4 years. And we had a great chat with him, Dan, before the game. Nice to talk hockey with him and about his team and how they've developed this year.
He was really excited about the way they've turned, and he's a great coach. You don't win 3 state championships in a row without knowing what you're doing in the coaching ranks, and always been nice to us. Really class guy.
Now here comes Minnetonka. Nicholson, committed to the University of Minnesota. Now back behind the net is Langfels. He's headed to Holy Cross. Nicholson keeps it in. McHugh out of the corner. Minnetonka trying to get something set up here in the Maple Grove end. Good tie up along the boards by Tim for Maple Grove. Shot on net, and Morgan makes the save. So Tonka able to free the puck up. They've gotten some pretty good looks, some pretty good shots so far early on Lucy Morgan here. 5 shots, and they all been pretty quality shots, I'd say.
Good answer, too. They get scored on, and they turn around and get a good look at Amber Hagelin, the 4th-season head coach. 2nd state tournament for her at Maple Grove, and has done a tremendous job with the Crimson and has got them playing where she wants them to. They're a very young team. They've got a lot of sophomores on this team that play regular shifts.
Tonka playing it out to center. Larson up ahead. Knocked down was Nordstrom. Carried into the zone, though, by Corbin. Corbin had the first goal against Centennial last week, number 14. Now it's back into Nordstrom's stick. Played down to the corner. Sorensen there for Minnetonka. Off for Rory Gilday. Back around the boards. Kept in right point by Stelgis. Stelgis trying to force the puck past Sorensen. Comes free and the slot, and it just hops off the stick of Sachs. Stelgis tried to set her up.
Tremendous grinder work by Stelgis. She just decided she's going to get that puck back in the zone and get an opportunity for him. Did a great job, just like she did against Centennial.
Crimson can't hold the zone. They play it back up to center ice. And on the stick again of Stelgis, lost it. And played by Minnetonka as Josie Helling down into the Crimson end. Pass out to center, missed on Sachs's stick and carried on by Nicholson. Nicholson up through center ice, rips into the Maple Grove zone. Goes back behind the net, puts it toward the front. Morgan's stick got in the way of that. Good play by McMahon to briefly break it up. Minnetonka controlling again, though, with Alvarez. Puts it on net. Morgan the save. Puck loose in front. Cleared, but not out. Kept in by Nicholson. Drops it back. Pinching in deep. Baskin on net. Morgan the save. Baskin trying to put it back out front. Still on her stick. Will send it to Nicholson. Shot away. Deflection goes wide. Centering pass. Backhand shot. And good save on the blocker side there by Morgan, has had to be active here in this first period. Another shot away and a goal! Well, he put enough pucks on net, and with a talented team like Minnetonka's got, they're going to put one in, and they tie it up at 1.
Well, you're talking about it. They've been scoring 6 goals a game during sections, and they're averaging 34 shots a game and keeping their opponents to 14, which is amazingly down. And just a great shot here coming up. Flutters in the upper corner, and Morgan had no chance.
I think it was Olivia Meredith that tipped it, number 18, on the initial shot by Basket. And Minnetonka has tied it at 1. They have outshot Maple Grove 9-2 so far. Now they earned that goal, Dan. That was a great shift for Minnetonka. Now Maple Grove, they respond out of that. After the Skippers have come back as Helsher plays it deep for Minnetonka. Larson Up onto the stick of Bridget Getch and out of the zone. McMahon will shoot it down into the Minnetonka end.
You're going to keep an eye on McMahon here, John, in the rest of this period. They are covering her pretty close. Every time she touches the puck, there's a skipper right there on her. Not even giving any time for her to move. And that's going to be, if she can't get going, that might be some trouble for the Crimson.
Meredith does get credit for the goal for Minnetonka.
And number 11, Alfred, 10, 97.
Now we'll get the icing on Maple Grove. Take a look at it again. Here's the shot, and there's the stick on it by number 18. Great job by Olivia Meredith.
Yep. Good camera work, guys, picking that up. It was nice to see it go fluttering by and cut Morgan completely off guard. She was expecting a hard shot, and then it started fluttering, and she was already committed.
Baskin and Alvarez get the assists for Tonka. We're under 5 minutes to play here in the opening period. 1-1 in the state AA quarterfinals. The winner will play Edina here tomorrow night at 8:30. Shot away, and Morgan's got to make a good save on that one. A clear to the boards. Maple Grove unable to clear. Nicholson able to keep it in. Martin, now it's Nicholson again, and it poked off her stick nicely. A great takeaway by Corbin. Tried to play it for Tater, and then she had moved from where Corbin thought she was going to be, and then it's just taken over by Nicholson instead for Minnetonka. Plays it up. Here's Martin. Martin trying to drag it past Getch. Can't quite catch up to the puck again. Nordstrom trying to chip it ahead along the boards. Larson will play it behind her net. And Bridget Getch with it up to center ice onto the stick of Tater. And her pass intercepted and brought back ahead by Helling. Shot away. That goes high and out of play.
Well, you can see with that Tonka trap, as soon as that puck hits the neutral zone, boy, somebody's right there. As if Maple Grove is not moving, which they weren't at that point, they're going to get trapped in there, and usually a turnover cough up the puck, and Tonka's done it very well. There's only been a few times when the Crimson have been able to really get a rush going. And they're really only sending 1 or 2 people in the zone, John. They're going to have to start adding people into the rush here. They want to get some results. They're kind of holding back right now. We'll see what happens in the second period, see if they start bringing it all out like they did against Centennial.
Larson back behind her net for the Crimson. Plays it up to center. Brought in by Minnetonka. Poked away by McMahon, who has it now for the Crimson. And McMahon getting a rush up the left wing. Through center ice into the Tonka zone. A slot away. Shot good on net. And Dulick with a nice save.
Great shot. Great moves by McMahon. That finally got her going. She had to go all the way to the back of her own zone, and she took it the whole way. Good move here. Now watch. Same thing. She's going to bring that right-handed shot into the middle. Gets a good shot off. Dulick had to be ready. You know, part of the problem with keeping shots down against your goalie, sometimes, boy, they don't see the puck for a while, and all of a sudden they get surprised on them, you know, thus Maple Grove's first goal.
Minnetonka with a chance, and Morgan comes up with the save. Skipper's got down ice in a hurry, and Martin put one on net. Crimson play it to the near boards. Tater, who scored her 21st goal of the season to open the scoring tonight. Playing it ahead, Nordstrom. It's past the D, lost the puck though.
240, Eric.
Skippers play it back behind their net. And around to the left boards to Baskin. Up through center ice. Here come the Skippers. Drop past Martin. Didn't get much on that shot. Morgan had saved. Larson plays it away to the corner. Now Larson. Crisp rink-wide pass onto the stick of Tater. Stops inside the Tonka blue line. Passes it out into the high slot, but nobody there in a white jersey. And it's back the other way for the Crimson. Icing on Minnetonka.
Ooh, that's a close icing call. I don't know, but boy, I'll tell you what. The Skippers are clogging that middle, John. Occasionally McMahon or somebody Tater will get loose in there, but not very often. And as soon as they hesitate or they make a bad move, there's a skipper there to take the puck away from the Crimson, and played really well. And I think Maggie Nicholson from Minnetonka, number 14, has maybe had 2 shift changes. So she's been, otherwise she's been out on the ice pretty much the whole period.
Minnetonka controlling the puck again. They dump it into the Crimson zone with 2 minutes to play in the first period. A 1-1 hockey game. But Minnetonka certainly had the edge in play. Another shot opportunity. This one doesn't get all the way through to Morgan. Drop pass. Big shot from the circle. That goes wide off of LaRoche's stick. Another try. Morgan makes the save on the tough angle shot from Alvarez. Now Maple Grove controlling. McMahon up through center. Brings it into herself. Backhand shot, and Gulick to save. We saw a goal scored on a similar play by McMahon. Was able to actually drag the puck past the defenseman in the semifinals against Blaine. 5AA play last week. Did it again here and got a good shot on net. Just didn't put this one past the goalie, but a great move by McMahon. He'll play next year at Minnesota Duluth.
Well, they're getting a player, I'll tell you, but they need to keep shooting now and do like it. They want to get, but they got to get people on the net. She looked like she's a little nervous. Gave up a rebound there that if somebody would have been there, might have been punched into the net.
Here's McHugh up the ice, ridden off the puck as she came into the Maple Grove's line, in zone rather, and Minnetonka getting it back. They'll drop it back behind the Crimson net. Taka getting it back in the slot on the stick of Baskin. Now it's Nicholson in front. Oh, and fanning on the shot in front was Helscher. He was in prime scoring position, couldn't get her stick on it. Here comes Tater back for Maple Grove. Tries to go to the backhand, puts it out in front, kept in, shot away, and that goes wide off the stick of Larson.
Right here. Nice job.
Taka playing it ahead up through center. Good takeaway at center ice by McMahon. 35 seconds to play in the period. McMahon, nice little move to free herself into the Tonka zone. Gets a shot away, and that gets blocked by the defenseman Gilday. Stensley with a shot. Goes wide of the net. Back onto Stensley's stick. She'll circle back, trying to put it on net, and Gilday intercepts it again. Larson, good job to keep the puck in the zone. It's on McMahon's stick. Taken out the boards by McHugh. They're both still tied up. Now to the corner. Centering attempt by Stensley, broken up by Tonka, and they're going to ice the puck here. But the period comes to an end first, and that is the end of one period. Entertaining first 17 minutes, Dan Ficken.
Went really fast, and I'll tell you, good pace out there, kind of up and down. I'd say the edge was to Minnetonka. They got a lot more good opportunities, but Morgan stood up and did her job. You know, like that can keep you in a game. They could be down 3-1, 4-1 right now. So we'll have to see if Maple Grove changes their strategy, but a good period all the way around.
1-1 our score, Minnetonka Maple Grove. More hockey from the XL Energy Center on CCX Sports after this timeout.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
After one period of play at XL Energy Center, Minnetonka 1, Maple Grove 1. Good first period of play. Shots on goal 12-4 in favor of Minnetonka. So it's been a busy first period for Maple Grove senior goaltender Lucy Morgan. She was the feature of this week's Sports Jam Spotlight Show on CCX. Here's Jason Malilla with more.
Coming into the 2017-18 high school hockey season, Maple Grove was looking for a new starting goalie.
When Coco and Bree left, those were going to be some big shoes to fill, and we felt at that time that both of our young goaltenders would have battled and would have been able to hold us in some games and continue to grow and develop. But then Lucy coming into Maple Grove allowed us to have just somebody who was going to be solid day in and day out and again give us an opportunity to win.
Lucy Morgan moved to Maple Grove in the summer of 2017. She grew up in Mandan, North Dakota, and had a passion for hockey from a young age. Morgan split her time between goalie and forward, but eventually became a full-time netminder.
My team wasn't as good as other teams or not as competitive, so we would either lose 6-0 or when I was in net it would be a closer game, and I just like to compete and I like to be out there all the time. When I was a player and I was sitting on the bench, this was frustrating when you get scored on.
Youth hockey in North Dakota isn't on the same level as Minnesota, and Morgan often played in boys' leagues to challenge herself.
That's how I feel like how I was able to come into this program and play. If I didn't play with the boys in North Dakota, I don't think I would be the goalie at Maple Grove right now.
Facing arguably the best high school players in the country here in Minnesota has made Morgan better, and college hockey programs are showing interest.
I've been talking to some D1 schools, yeah. I feel like since I moved here, that's kind of helped me recruiting-wise, but it's not as good as the people that were born and raised here. They got recruited a lot sooner than I did, which is fine. It doesn't really matter to me.
College hockey is probably in Lucy Morgan's future. For now, though, she's grateful to be between the pipes for the Crimson and honored to be a finalist for Goalie of the Year.
I remember that when I was in middle school or back in North Dakota, I just remember getting those newspapers, those Minnesota newspapers that would be at the hockey store, and I'd read them, and I would just look at the finalists, and I was like, oh, I thought that never could be me, but now it's actually me, and I'm super grateful for that opportunity.
Thanks, Jason Malone, for that story on Lucy Morgan. Still waiting for a college commit for next year, or she can play college hockey. But Dan, you and I are both of the opinion, and Amber Hagelin too, and talking to her before the game, she can definitely play at the next level and at a good high-level school.
She can play at any school in the WCHA as far as I'm concerned. I'm just shocked no one's talked to her or even given her an offer at this point.
We'll take another break. We'll come back, look at some first period highlights and numbers. Then have the second period of play. It's Minnetonka, Maple Grove State Girls Hockey on CCX.
Here she comes. Hi, Krista. Take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said she won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
(1-1) Minnetonka Maple Grove through one period. State Class AA hockey for 2019. You look at the bracket for Class AA. This is the final game of the AA quarterfinals. This morning, Andover opened the tournament by defeating Farmington 7-1. And then it was Brainerd Little Falls shutting out White Bear Lake 4-0. And then the evening session, top seed Edina took care of Eastridge 7-0. And that brings us to our game tonight. The semifinals again Friday evening here at XL, and the championship game Saturday night at 7. Well, this is the 25th year of the State Girls Hockey Tournament, so it's been an appropriate time to name the top 25 girls players through that time. David LeVake and the Star Tribune put a lot of time into this, I know, and came up with this list, and it's a great list. We're going to look at 25 through 11 here, Dan, between periods 1 and 2, and then give you the top 10 after the second period. Hannah Brandt, terrific career at Hill Murray. We got to see her play a few times, and look at just the names 25 through 16 there. Danny Cameronese, an Olympian, Plymouth native, had a great career at Blake, and then on to the University of Minnesota, and then, as I mentioned, in the Olympics last year, Winnie Brodt.
Yeah.
The Olympian.
Allie Thunstrom was just a tremendous fire plug for North St. Paul. I remember Jody Horak at Blaine, and I remember my daughter had to play against her a few times, and she was one tough goaltender to score on, etc. And Winnie Brodt, one of my favorites, one of the original Olympians. She won a gold medal with the very first one in the '98 Olympics, I believe.
South St. Paul had some great teams in the late 90s under Dean Palmquist and Ashley Albrecht certainly was a big part of that. And then numbers 15 through 11. Sydney Morin, part of the state tournament teams here at Minnetonka, had a great career. Melita Fiddler just graduated last year on their state championship team. And Michelle Sikic, Bubba, remember was her nickname.
Yeah.
Bub was in.
Yeah, one of the early years, and had a great. Apple Valley was a good team. Sydney Morin, though, was smooth. She had a great career with the Gophers. Knew her dad really well, and great hockey player.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. Again, we'll give you the top 10 after the second period. Minnetonka Maple Grove 1-1 through one period. More hockey after this.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Action!
Leafy in the house at XL Energy Center. Maple Grove Crimson tied up with Minnetonka 1-1 through the first period of play. Let's look at highlights from the first 17 minutes here at XL. Minnetonka really with the big edge in shots on goal, and that'll be reflected in some of the highlights here. Maple Grove got the first shot on goal of the game. That was a good one from Emily Herdane, getting their first opportunity. And then Stensley's shot just got deflected wide. That was a pretty good rush, but it was pretty quiet for the most part at that end of the ice for Maple Grove. And at the other end, Lucy Morgan and the Maple Grove defense definitely busy. And Morgan up to the task, made 11 first period saves. A couple right there on that sequence. They were all over, and Morgan able to make the play. Maple Grove gets on the board first. Tristana Tater at the 6:49 mark with a 21st goal of the season, and Larson the assist to make it 1-0. Maple Grove holding that lead. Morgan with another save. At Minnetonka eventually to get on the board. Olivia Meredith, number 18, gets the tip in here. It's her 6th goal of the season. Hannah Baskin and Ellie Alvarez. And credit for the assist on that. Made it a 1-1 game, but they had a good first period of play. You see the numbers Minnetonka did.
You can see the scoring chances too. I mean, and we evaluate scoring chances as really an excellent chance of going in the net, and there was no question that Minnetonka, that was their first period. The difference was Lucy Morgan. She really stepped up and played. You saw some of the saves she made back and forth on either side. Did a tremendous job. Maple Grove coming out here, they got to get a little more aggressive, I think, and start attacking more and putting the puck in Minnetonka's zone, not letting that pressure get. So sooner or later, someone's going to get, tired down there. So I think they'll switch that up in the second period here.
We'll take a timeout and we'll come back with the second period of play. Almost ready for hockey. Minnetonka, Maple Grove. Period 2 coming your way next.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help.
You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Tristana Tater got Maple Grove on the board. We are tied up 1-1. Minnetonka and Maple Grove and ready to go for period number 2 here at XL Energy Center.
Well, this period I would expect Maple Grove to get more aggressive in the attack zone down there. They floated one person into forecheck and then basically pulled everybody back. I would expect they're going to start bringing 2 people down on the puck, turn the tide, and get that wear out the Minnetonka goalie like they were wearing out Lucy Morgan in the first period.
Underway here in the second. Emma Larson sliding the pass across to Jenna Tim. Tim for Maple Grove, steps inside a couple of Tonka players, gets the pass off to McMahon on her right. McMahon into the Tonka zone, fires a shot wide of the net. Chased down by Stensley, who plays it behind the Tonka goal. Maple Grove getting it out in front, but right onto the stick of Baskin, who was parked in front of the goalie Dulac. Now, out comes Baskin to center, gets knocked down along the boards. Got a delayed penalty coming up here on Maple Grove for that check, and that's our first penalty of the game. Minnetonka will go on the power play.
Stensley just a little aggressive, came in a little too hard and took her down, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a body check, and you can't do that in girls hockey.
So 46 seconds into the period, Minnetonka on the power play.
Big moment here. This is the first penalty of the game, John. And you haven't had a chance to see the penalty kill the power. Minnetonka's power play is going at over 60% in the sections here. They've scored 4 goals on 6 power plays.
Shot away, Morgan the save. Stensley getting the 2 minutes for checking at 46 seconds. This off win for Minnetonka. Nicholson shot a tip in the goal. Maggie Nicholson with Emily Bayless parked in front, knocked it in, and it's 2-1 Minnetonka.
Bayless isn't very big, but boy, she stood real tall in front of that Maple Grove net and made it pay for the penalty. Great move over to Nicholson, who's always out on the power play. Great pass inside. Bayless just got her stick on it to tip it in. And, John, they've been practicing that a lot because we saw a lot of tip-ins or tip attempts by the Tonka Skippers in the first period. Their first goal, obviously, both of those were tip-ins. So they got to practice that a lot. But, boy, nice. That power play still clicking for them here at the tournament.
Bayless' 16th goal of the season. Nicholson an assist. Power play goal, and it's 2-1. Oh, Morgan a little trouble with the puck, and has to cover at the side of her net.
Slipped in underneath her pad a little bit, got a bit of corner, so she couldn't fight it back to the defense there. Watch Bayless sneak in front. And just, oh, what a beautiful tip. Just sneaks it into the short side there past her. Beautiful goal.
Rory Gildale get the second assist on the Bayless goal to put Minnetonka on top for the first time tonight. They control the puck again here in the Maple Grove zone. Shot from the circle. Morgan makes the save on the shot attempt from Alvarez. Comes out in front. Corbin able to take it for Maple Grove. Lloyd Corbin chips it ahead to the blue line, down in. Here's a race for the puck. Tater trying to get there. It's icing on Maple Grove. Couldn't catch up to the puck. She was ahead of Gilday. But the red line won the race.
Well, there's that neutral zone pressure again. That second pass, they just can't. They're being pressured and they can't get it off clean. They threw it in an open space. Good idea. And Tater was flying, but just a little too much. And boy, are the Skippers winning faceoffs, man. Holy buckets. I don't think they've lost them in this period yet.
McMahon has it for Maple Grove. She'll skate it up through center ice. Here comes Amanda McMahon into the Minnetonka zone. Nice poke check away by Nicholson. Back out to the blue line. Tim putting it toward the net. Didn't get all the way through, and Minnetonka controls again. Pass across onto the stick of Helscher. Helscher going after it after she dumped the puck. Maple Grove has it. Oh, pass intercepted. Chance for Minnetonka. Shot away and a goal. Lisa LaRoche beats Lucy Morgan, and it's 3-1 Tonka.
Bad turnover there. Threw right in the middle of the blue line, and you don't want to put a puck there. Boy, oh boy, and Tonka jumped all over. LaRoche grabbed it, takes it in. Look at the turnover here. Just turns it over. LaRoche comes in, and she just snipes one. Just overpowers Morgan. I think it hit her a little bit, but not enough. And it went in the net.
Just the third goal of the season for Lisa LaRoche. And now a 3-1 Minnetonka lead.
Scoring for Minnetonka, number 22, Lisa LaRoche, unassisted.
Unassisted goal, obviously, after the turnover. LaRoche able to get that one past Morgan. That's a 2-goal lead. Now Maple Grove coming back down into the Minnetonka zone. Acklet playing it around. Right side, but nobody there for Maple Grove. Martin had it briefly. Minnetonka will play it around the boards. Kept in at the point by Getch. And Melz has it for the Skippers. Left point. Bridget Getch keeping it in. Tater now has it and lost it quickly. And back into Minnetonka's possession is Lacey Martin. Got it to the blue line, and then it's down into the Maple Grove end. After it goes Johnson. Back to the blue line. Nicholson keeping it at the left point. Nice little step-in move by Maggie Nicholson. Into the slot, maneuvering. Dumps the puck to the corner. Coming out in front, backhand try, shot away, and the save made. Well, they take a look at it again. Here's the turnover by Maple Grove. And the opportunity for LaRoche, who's able to put it away for the goal, beating Morgan. And Morgan thinks, that's one I should have had.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weak goal on her part. She's probably pretty disappointed, although she's played her brains out so far in this game. So,
the shots on goal now 17-4 for Minnetonka. They are just smothering Maple Grove in this end of the ice, Dan.
Well, I can see why they're only allowing 14 shots on goal by the opposing team during the sections.
Backhand shot. Morgan steers that one away off the stick of Nicholson. And bang at it, side of the goal. Getch for Maple Grove, playing it to the blue line. McMahon trying to get it out. Now she'll circle back in her own end and skate past Meredith. McMahon into scoring position and gets it on net, and the save made by Dulick.
Nice rush by McMahon here. Made a nice play. Got out in the middle and gave herself some room to skate. Now skated a couple Skippers. Got it in the middle after she lost it temporarily and just gunned a shot that was caught real well by Dulac. Or is a rare face-off win for the Crimson here.
And Minnetonka quickly gets it back and gets it up to center ice into the Maple Grove line. Dumped back behind the net by Tonka's Keith Helscher. Puck is loose. Helscher has it in the circle, trying to center it. That's broken up nicely. Not a good play by McMahon, who has it. She goes down at the blue line. taken by Minnetonka. Here's Langfeld skating in, and Morgan played it, and then Langfeld's fanned on it after the puck came back to her. Shot by Helscher, and Morgan the save, who covers up. Right, Kaylee Langfels and Kate Holscher both getting scoring opportunities in that sequence.
And Holscher's had a great section too. She's been great. She's got 5 points, 3 goals, and 2 assists. You just see Lucy Morgan just getting fired on and fired on. Got a chance to get in, and she froze it. Let's just change everything up here. But you see all the blue jerseys around the net there, John.
That has not been an uncommon sight here tonight. At about 6 minutes in the second period, it's a continuation really of the control of play that Minnetonka, plus they've been able to tack on 2 more goals to give them the lead.
Well, they've gotten timely shots. They've smothered Maple Grove so they can't get a decent rush. And they've done what Coach Schott said. They get the puck deep and they make Maple Grove go the full 200 feet. And they're just interrupting everything.
There's Nordstrom from center playing it just past Tater. Nicholson catches up to it for Minnetonka. Misses on her pass. Puck floats back down to the Crimson end where it's taken by Jenna Tim. Tim's pass missed Corbin and shot back from center by Mells. Tonka goes off for a change. Maple Grove looking for a long breakout pass, but it gets past Macklett and down all the way for icing on Maple Grove.
Well, I like the strategy by Maple Grove. They're stretching the ice, trying to get some long passes out to just pull them defense off so you don't have to mess in the neutral zone. They got that 2-man trap that's coming in and just forcing them on the boards. They will not give Maple Grove the passing game. They got to either carry it in or they got to just keep trying to force it up the boards, and Tonka's just been deadly now.
That one goes wide off the stick of Alvarez. Back out right point, Gilday. Along the boards, playing it as Alvarez, back behind the Crimson net.
Ooh.
And out down into the Minnetonka end. We got a penalty coming up on Minnetonka. They're checking back in the Crimson zone, and so Maple Grove will get its first power play opportunity. Be an interference call coming up here against Lisa LaRoche.
Time for state tournament trivia. Take your attention to the scoreboard.
Look at it again, Dan, the radio screen right there.
Yeah, that was close to being a major there, to be honest with you, but former goal scorer for the Skippers. Well, we get a chance to take a look at Maple Grove's power play. It's been way better. They're running at 29% throughout the sections here. It's a pretty good number.
Not getting much on that shot was Larson, back behind the Skipper's net. Minnetonka playing it around, and McMahon can't keep it in at the point. Crimson will reset. McMahon will bring it back in. Stops at the top of the circle. Circles back onto the stick of Corbin. Back to McMahon. Larson again with it. Back to McMahon. To Corbin. Corbin will play it back behind the net to Stensley. On the Larson stick with 1:15 left in the penalty time. Larson one-timer. Puck is loose. Cleared away by Minnetonka after Larson put it in front. Back onto McMahon. Stick out high to Larson. Broken up by Gilday. And shot out to center. There comes Maple Grove again. Tater will carry it in. There's Tana Tater. Skate after it and catch up with it again on the corner. Back out high, McMahon. Fakes a shot, moves in, puts it toward the net. Stopped in front by Nicholson. Corbin for Stensley. Nicholson will take her out back behind the net. Tater gets it to Larson in the circle. Back out high, McMahon with it to Larson. Shot, tip. But it was stopped by a Minnetonka skate, and McHugh able to play it to the blue line, but kept in by McMahon. Down to 20 seconds left in the penalty time. To LaRoche.
It's been a great power play here for Maple Grove. They just haven't been able to cash in. They moved the puck around. They've gotten some shots.
Tater with a shot, and the glove save made by Dulek.
And boy, I'll tell you what, Dulek there, you know, she stood up. She didn't go down right away, and she stayed there for the glove shot because they were stuck going for the shelf a little bit. You can see the shot by Tater there. And it was deflected a little bit. Good play by Dulak.
Just a sophomore, has already made a verbal commitment to play college women's hockey at Cornell. Minnetonka wins the faceoff. That'll kill off the rest of this penalty. They're back at full strength. Martin went down with the puck at the Maple Grove line. Martin will get it back for Minnetonka. Shot away, snipes it on net, and Morgan the save. Minnetonka just missed on having a rebound try. Another chance in front. Morgan with a point-blank stop. Well, that was a great pass from out high from Nicholson, and Morgan had to be ready to stop that one. So Dan, after another try and score. Martin sneaks it past Morgan. It's 4-1.
Just relentless, relentless, relentless. And I'll tell you what, Martin in front of the net, oh boy, that scares the bejesus out of you. She comes right around and stuffs it in. She can really, really score. Look at the player, just digs and grinds and brings it around, finds the 5-hole. Just too quick for Morgan.
10th postseason goal, 28th goal overall on the season for Lacey Martin to make it 4-1. I was about to say that, after Maple Grove really had sustained pressure that entire power play, Minnetonka gets back to even strength, and it's back to the same hockey we've seen most of the night, where Tonka's really controlling play down in the Maple Grove end, and they cash in with the goals.
Well, the system that Coach Johnson's taught them is very, very efficient. They're very disciplined at playing it, and it's just smothering the Crimson. They're having all kinds of trouble getting offense going. The power play was the only one that really had sustained pressure down, and he still couldn't crack it.
Centering pass, and Morgan's got to cover that one up after Helling put it in front.
Number 12, Lacey Martin, unassisted.
Martin unassisted.
You see Lucy Morgan there just besieged, and she made a nice stop. Stop things up, let them get reorganized here.
Lacey Martin, unassisted.
The shots in that first period were 12-4. Shots here in the second period. So far 9-2 in favor of Minnetonka. 6:40 to go. Here's McMahon with a shot. She hit the post. Puck loose in front and covering it up. Diving out on it is Bryn Dulac to get a stoppage.
How did that not go in? Oh my.
Another quarter inch to the right, and that gets in.
Stuck under the pad there and slipped out behind. Oh boy. It did hit the post, John. It got through the 5-hole again and just bounced right back out, and they couldn't cash in. Boy, McMahon's got to feel a little snake bit here.
Centering pass, trying to hit Herdeen in front. That didn't connect, and out comes Martin for Minnetonka. He'll dump it down into the Maple Grove zone. Centering pass in front. Stensley broke that up. Nicholson keeps it in at the point. Centering in front. Oh, Morgan had to be alert there. Boy, they're getting players to the front of the net. That time it was Mells. Maple Grove able to turn it away, bring it back down into the Minnetonka zone. Stensley went down. The puck came off her stick, and it's covered by Dulac.
Well, Kylie Mell standing all by her lonesome in front of that Maple Grove net. I mean, boy, they've got the Crimson really disrupted right now. In fact, they're not playing their systems really well either. And just a point-blank whack at Lucy Morgan, who was on top of it. But boy, oh boy.
Shot away, gets blocked. And Minnetonka chips it back ahead. Now an opportunity for Alvarez. Shot away, Morgan the save. Nordstrom playing it up to center ice. Tater had it poked off her stick. Alvarez went down. Tater takes it away. Tater trying to come through. Got the puck through, but couldn't get a shot on net as it just slid to Bryn Dulac, who makes the stop. Dulac's really played strong in goal. Early in the year was she and Aiden Edgemore, and Dulac kind of splitting time between goal, and then Dulac kind of emerging and winning full-time goaltender duties for the Skippers.
Well, they've come alive here in sections. They didn't necessarily have a typical Minnetonka Skipper season, But boy, they are everything's clicking for them here in the sections and here in the quarterfinal of the state. They have been just playing extremely well. The defense, John, at Minnetonka is just extraordinary. They poke check. They don't let you get in the middle. You rarely see a Maple Grove body in front of their net that's not covered, and they clear anything out of there that gets close.
From center, Maple Grove playing it down into the skipper zone. Nicholson, missed on the puck, and it came to Dulac. A little pushing down low. Dulac didn't appreciate McMahon being so close to the side of the net, and then a couple of shoves and no penalties, and we'll play on.
Girls will be girls, John. Down in front of that net. That goalie gets protected.
5 minutes to play in the second. Boy, Maple Grove really needs to get a goal on the board before the end of this period.
Yeah. The next goal is the most important goal of the game right now. If Tonka gets it, it might be turn out the lights, the party's over.
Corbin on the faceoff with Mells. Shot away by Getch, goes in front, backhand shot by Tater. Good glove save by Dulac. One of the better scoring opportunities this period for Maple Grove.
Yeah, that was a nice play, by gosh. They really tested Dulac on that, but she was standing up to it now. But that's the kind of offense they got to start having. I love the Tonka defense, but you see the opportunity here, bang, she lets it rip. But, well, Maple Grove player Corbin was in between the defense and the goalie. Haven't seen that too much tonight.
Here's Tristana Tater. Lost the puck, and Minnetonka will skate away with it. Here's Martin trying to drag it past Larson and can't. Chip to the blue line. Gilday will keep it in there. Gilday lost it. Nordstrom had it on her stick. Gilday again able to keep it in. And a 4:20 to play in the second. 3 second period goals for Minnetonka have given them a 4-1 lead here on Maple Grove. Larson to Getch, back to Larson in the Maple Grove end. Tie up back behind the net. There's Minnetonka again. Forechecking, putting it out in front. Save made. A rebound try, and Morgan makes another save on Meredith.
Right there, just relentless. That forecheck is just getting the job done. One-on-one, the skippers are winning the battle here. There's battle off, but then they get the puck right back in front with it. You see the skipper right there getting, just agitating and coming after it. They're just relentless.
You saw the little push after the whistle, and then that resulted in a penalty on Maple Grove's Emma Larson as she knocked down Olivia Meredith. I don't think Coach Hagelin thought it was much of a penalty, but it's a penalty nonetheless here on Larson.
That's why there were 2 hands on the stick, and when she pushed, that was the difference between that and what happened at the other end with Dulac when McMahon was in there. Boy, this is costly. I tell you, with the way Minnetonka's power play is going, you really want to stay out of the box.
Maple Grove shorthanded, trying to break out with Stensley. Got as far as the blue line. Stood up there by Maggie Nicholson.
Has Maggie Nicholson played a great game?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she has been so unbelievable. She's going to be a gopher too.
There's McMahon carrying it into the Minnetonka zone. Will stop. He got knocked down. Play carries on. Here's Martin up through center ice. Down into the Crimson end. Lost it briefly off her stick. Stensley gets it. Can't clear. And it's back into the possession of Minnetonka. Out high comes to Nicholson. Onto the stick of Langfeld. Back in front, Martin trying to chip it across. Maybe one pass too many there for Minnetonka. Stensley with it for Maple Grove. Shorthanded, puts it on net. Dulac to save. 1:05 left in the penalty time, under 3 minutes to go in the second period. Minnetonka trying to build on its lead here on its second power play chance of the period. Puck is loose, side of the Minnetonka net. Stensley turns and fires wide. And Tonka has it again. Up comes Bayless, or excuse me, that's McHugh with the puck, 25. McHugh back behind the net, will leave it there for Helsher. Lost it and cleared down the length of the ice by Maple Grove by Jenna Tim.
You have a chance to get Stensley off the ice for the Crimson. She's been out there a long time, done a good job on the penalty kill, but it's looking pretty good right now for the Crimson. They've done a good job on this penalty kill.
Here's Mells carrying deep for the Skippers. Takes it off the boards for Martin, who immediately draws attention for two Crimson players. Briefly back onto the stick of Tonka player Bayless. And here comes Corbin for Maple Grove. Chloe Corbin trying to put it toward the net. They're skated then in the corner by Stelges as Maple Grove is back at full strength. Minute 45 to go in the second period. Tonka carries in with Gilday. Point shot away, good save by Morgan. Crimson trying to generate something here before the end of the period, but this will just generate an icing call on a face-off back in their own end.
Well, that Crimson line had dead legs by that point. Nobody was getting open. They really couldn't move, so the icing. So that's in high school hockey, you don't have to stay on the ice if you ice the puck. You can change the lines up. So actually, that was a good icing. But you know, John, here's another point, too. The way the Crimson have been losing faceoffs, this is critical.
They do get the face-off win here. Oh, nice little play by Stensley. Gets free on the puck. 2-on-1. Stensley comes in, a shot. Oh, in. Yes, just under the crossbar and in.
Beauty.
It popped right back up, but the red light went on, and it's 4-2.
Oh my gosh, Stensley got loose, and I'll tell you what, Dulac was a little out of position. Stensley went up her on the right-hand side, and the sophomore coming up with another big goal. Look at that. Oh, what a beautiful shot. Got in tight. Got some space on the defense there. And Kaylee Langfels and got in on it, and just a beautiful shot. Boy, they needed that one. Oh, boy, did they need that goal.
Third of the playoffs here for Stensley to make it a 4-2 game now.
Well, Maple Grove basically has been outshot most of the season, but they made the most of the shots they get right now. They are getting outshot 24-8. They haven't even reached double figures in shots. Are they looking at this goal?
Yeah, I think so. Now, the state tournament, this just started a couple of years ago. They can do video reviews with the in-house cameras here. And it is a good goal. We thought it was, but they did review it. And so now the goal is up on the board. Look at it again. Stensley, yes, definitely in. Just under the crossbar, but definitely in the net.
I'm glad they can do it in-house rather than calling Toronto. You know? Oh, man.
Under a minute to go here in the second period. See what that does for Maple Grove. Gets loose down in the Minnetonka end. Icing is waved off. Stensley's after it again. She's got it. Turns and fires. And that got blocked. Here's McMahon with it. McMahon to the circle. Still with the puck. And McMahon gets free. Right circle moves in. A shot and Dulac to save.
And the Crimson player in front, too. Nice play by McMahon holding on to it. Did a good job to get herself open for a shot. They got no room to pass, though, John. There's nobody open to get the puck to, but she creates a short angle shot. Boy, she knew where she was going. If it had gone up a little higher, she might have been able to get it past Dulac.
Corbin wins the faceoff. Tater back to Tim. Shot away, and a big save by Dulac again. Tater back out to high to Larson. Puts it out in front. That hits some traffic. Cleared in front. Tim keeps it in at the point. Fires again. That goes wide, looking for a deflection. And it's finally Martin taking it for Minnetonka. With 15 seconds to go. Gets it down into the Maple Grove zone. Collision there as Tim takes out Bayless. And that'll be the end of the second period. Well, a big period for Minnetonka, getting 3 goals to take a 4-1 lead. It's late. This goal by Stensley makes it 4-2 to give Maple Grove a little life going into the second intermission and the third period.
That was a game saver right there. That kept him in the game. If Tonka would have got the next goal, it would have been all over. So the sophomore again, Stensley, we saw it in the final in the section. She really stepped up and got a key goal for him. She gets one here. Now we see the adjustments that have to be made. They've been laying back. They really got to go after in the attack zone now. Pinching defense. They might give up a goal, but right now you got 2 goals to make up just a tie. You're going to have to score 3 to beat the Skippers.
There's the shots on goal now, 24-10 through 2 periods of play. Minnetonka 4, Maple Grove 2. We are through 2 periods. More coverage of the State Class AA Girls Hockey Tournament on CCX Sports after this timeout.
La 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 la, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Some of the fans here at XL Energy Center watching Minnetonka Maple Grove in the final quarterfinal round game here in Class AA. Minnetonka breaking the 1-1 tie after the first period, scoring 3 goals. Maple Grove getting one late to make it 4-2. Oh, we talked about the top 25 girls hockey players in the state of Minnesota on this, the anniversary of the first girls hockey tournament, now the 25th state tournament. And that's a pretty good top 10, starting with Rhonda Curtin of Roseville, you know, her sister Renee in the list, Amy Peterson, Melissa McMillan. We got to see her, Dan, at Breck for several years.
Yep.
South St. Paul, we talked earlier about their great teams they had under Dave Palmquist and Ashley Young, Maggie Fisher, part of that group. There's Renee Curtin, number 5. And then the top 4, Lisa Marvin was so good for Warroad. Carly Bullock, and then the top 2, I don't think there's any dispute. If you say who would name the top 2 players of all time, I think everybody would just about say these 2. Most people would put Chrissy 1, Natalie 2. There'd be some people in the Egan might put Natalie 1. I think Chrissy Wendell undoubtedly is the top player. We got to see her. Your daughter got to play with her on Park Center's state tournament teams and the state championship team back in 2000. What a phenomenal talent she was for the Pirates.
She was amazing to watch. She had a great move. She had great hockey instinct. She knew when to go after the puck, and she'd run with it. They put her back on defense and, you know, protect her, and she could run with it and just had a knack for the net. Just a joy to watch her play. I can say the same thing for Natalie Darwin.
Yeah.
And what was really fun is when they went to the Gophers and they played together and put some national championships. That was a treat watching those 2 play. That list of top 10, boy, I don't know if you're going to get any better. That is a solid list. The Curtins, Lisa McMillan, Lisa Marvin. You know, not only a great golfer, but also a tremendous Olympian.
Yeah.
She did a great job of them, and just a joy to watch. So, boy, I'll tell you, there are some players there that were really fun to watch. But I think you're right. The number 1 and 2, without question, is Chrissy Wendell and Natalie Darwitz. I don't know if we will ever see their like again. That's how good those 2 were.
And dominant for that time of girls hockey, too.
They could be dominant now.
Yeah.
They really could. They were that good. And they came along at the right time because these 10 players right here really did a great job of putting girls hockey on the map as a viable sport, a fun sport to watch because they were so skilled. And they were great ambassadors for the game, tremendous ambassadors for the game. So that's a great list. I don't disagree with any of those picks in that 25.
Chrissy Wendell, over 100 goals 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. And
average like 4 goals a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pretty much
Crazy.
got a chance to see them all. And I think she still holds the tournament record for most points in the tournament on that one when they won the state championship. And like I said, my daughter loved playing with her too. And I'll tell you, because she was a teammate. It wasn't the Chrissy Wendell show. She was interested in winning. And when she got there, they won. But the puck got moved around. But still, when Chrissy gets an opening, you let Chrissy go. I mean, she can play. But there was a joy to play with her. My daughter loved playing with her. And had nothing but great things to say. And Chrissy was always a class act. So it was fun. Tremendous talent. Tremendous talent.
We'll take a break, come back with more of our second intermission. State girls hockey from the Xfinity Energy Center. Minnetonka, downtown St. Paul, leading Maple Grove 4-2, our score on the 25th year of high school girls hockey in Minnesota.
I try to keep up with what these young people is doing and knowing.
I was at work and I just got a text from a number that I didn't know.
I sent him a text. He texts me back and say, "Who dis?" And I just thought that was the funniest thing.
The next few weeks, you just made fun of me, like would answer the door and say, "Who dis?"
Who dis?
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
Meals on Wheels gives me a chance to be totally selfless. More than the food itself, a lot of seniors don't have family. So just to have someone to talk to, just to say, "Hey, how was your day?" that means so much more than a meal could ever mean. We have to look outside of ourselves to be that lifeline to other people. It's worth it.
I've been delivering Meals on Wheels to Leon for 13 years.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Leon has definitely inspired me to put more into my relationships. He really cared for his wife, who was ailing for quite a while, in such a touching way that inspired me to be a better person.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
Maple Grove hoping to bring some of that fear the leaf in the third period. They trail by 2 goals heading into the third here tonight at XL Energy Center. Minnetonka, the 5 seed. Maple Grove, the number 4 seed. In a good hockey game, but for the most part controlled by the Skippers, who you mentioned weren't great at the end of the regular season. Boy, they have turned it on here in the postseason. We'll get highlights here from period number 2, able to get one in the net early in the second period. At the 2:40 mark, the goal by Lisa LaRouche to make it a 2-1 game. And the shot there, that was the goal from LaRouche, rather, from able to put them ahead on the turnover. Some chances on Bryn Dulac, but she was pretty solid for the most part. Hasn't faced a lot of rubber, though, tonight. Maple Grove has not been able to get much on net against her. And then the score there from Martin. Bayless had the first goal, then LaRouche, then Martin, and then they go late in the period. There was the pipe that McMahon hit. And here's the goal from Lauren Stensley, just under the crossbar and in at the 15:48 mark. Her 16th of the season. Bayless had her 16th from Nicholson and Gilday. LaRouche unassisted, her 3rd of the year. Martin, her 28th of the year. That was also unassisted. And those are the goals for the period. And those are the penalties. There were no penalties in the first period. The Crimson took a couple in the second period. Minnetonka able to cash in on the first one on the power play goal and the Bayless goal. Put them ahead 2-1. And the second period shots, Minnetonka again with the edge. It was 12-4 in the first period, 12-6 there in the second.
Now you look at the differential there, John. It's very simple. Shots. Minnetonka's getting 12 shots on goal in the period. Maple Grove's getting 5. I mean, they got to get after it, and I mean put rubber on that net from every angle. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be clean. Just start firing the puck and see what happens. Scoring chances, boy, they got to get Minnetonka to back off, and they're down low and they're pushing that net. That's why they got 13 scoring chances. That's just a huge number. So Maple Grove's behind it right now. They got to really pick it up. And again, thanks to Stensley, but now somebody else has got to step up to the plate.
I mean, Minnetonka getting 2 goals in the first 3 minutes of the second period really turned the tables.
It really did. You could see the Crimson kind of fall back on their heels, and a lot of individual efforts. Again, they're not able to put any 2-on-1s or odd man rushes whatsoever. Once they get inside the Minnetonka zone, there's no pass open. I mean, it's all an individual effort.
4-2, Minnetonka leads Maple Grove through 2 periods. Another break here on CCX. More coverage of the high school girls hockey tournament after this timeout.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color-coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
John Jacobson, Dan Ficken back in downtown St. Paul Xcel Energy Center, ready for the start of the third period. Maple Grove, Minnetonka State Girls Hockey. Crimson trailing the Skippers 4-2 as we get ready for period number 3. McMahon on the face-off with McHugh to get us underway here in the third. McMahon winning the face-off. Larson to the blue line and swept in by Herdine into the Minnetonka zone. Nicholson back behind her net, plays it on to the stick of Baskin. Had an assist on Tonka's first goal tonight. Skippers play it down into the Maple Grove end, onto the stick of Larson. Emma Larson, the senior. Play it ahead through center and down into the Minnetonka end. This is icing on Maple Grove.
Well, they won the first face-off, but here we go again with that passing lane just closed off on the boards there. Really can't generate any rushes or anything like that. Tonka's just still being stifling on it.
Bayless getting a shot right on net off the face-off. Tonka with control of the puck to put it toward the front of the net. Cleared by Maple Grove, but not out of the zone. Bayless getting after it, but Getch gets there first for the Crimson. Playing it to the boards. Larson will go back behind her net. Getch will catch up with it there for the Crimson. Chips it up to center ice. Tonka intercepts. Cleared back ahead. Here's Martin. The shot partially stopped by Larson's stick. Those two tie up in the corner. Tater taking it briefly. Knocked away from her by Helling. Crimson bank it to the blue line. Nicholson keeps it in. Back onto the stick of Nicholson. Moves into the circle. Shot away. That floats over the top of Morgan in the Maple Grove net. Around left side, Baskin keeping it in as she pinches in from the left point. Crimson get it to the blue line. Baskin, though, keep it in. Now it sneaks out of the zone. Tater trying to take it away for Maple Grove at center, but Minnetonka's got it back.
Head up, head up, head up!
Up to center, skated in by Josie Helling. She'll go back behind the Maple Grove net to the right corner. Helling out high. Nicholson shot away. Glove save by Morgan.
Well, Lucy Morgan doing the right thing. She held on to it. Boy, they needed to get a change real quick then. Last breakout, they only got one forward off the ice there. The Crimson did. So we're starting to get a case of dead legs, and that's dangerous against the Skippers. Boy, they're transitioning good, aren't they? The Skippers?
Yep.
Man.
Outstanding. Now here comes Mannon McMahon with the puck from Maple Grove. Skates it up through center ice. Down the right side. Gets past a couple of Tonka players and then just loses her balance. Lost to the edge on her skates and lost the puck. Back comes Minnetonka. McHugh with it. Had to take it away. Here's Stensley for the Crimson. Stensley shot away but fired it wide of the net. Gets after it again. Putting it in on net. And Dulick the save.
Well, man had a nice rush, didn't really get much accomplished. And all of a sudden, Lauren Stensley gets an opportunity and a turnover at her own blue line, brings it in and creates a couple opportunities. Well, the sophomore's coming on. I'll tell you what, she's got 2 more years of eligibility. She's going to be a good hockey player in a few years.
Shot away and save made, or stop made in front of the net before it got through to the goalie, Dulek. Larson lost the puck and then put her stick out and tripped Bayless, and that'll be a penalty on Larson, and she'll have to go to the box, and Minnetonka will be on the power play for the 3rd time tonight.
Boy, this is close to being a penalty shot here. If it hadn't been for that defense right there, catch, that might have been a penalty shot. Well, Maple Grove got caught again, and it was a good penalty. They had to, but it could cost them.
Mickelson plays it off for Gilday. Martin will drop the pass off into the corner, put on net by McHugh. Stop made. Nicholson. And a couple players on her and lost the puck. Here's McMahon from Maple Grove trying to squeeze through traffic, and now will just crank it down ahead. Stensley was there at the Minnetonka line, goes back after it again. Lost the puck, and Minnetonka has it. Up they come to center. Onto the stick of Mells. Shot by Martin got stopped. McMahon can't play it past Martin. Tonka controls again. Here's Bayless. Put it wide of the net. Wraparound try by Martin, and Morgan the save.
Well, good save by Lucy Martin there. She got back over. She knew that wraparound was probably coming. Got from the left side of her net to the right side real quick with that pad and clamped down on it. Made a good save.
1:04 left in the penalty time. To Larson. This is Langfeld setting up left boards, puts it out front, shot from the circle, goes wide, and then comes all the way outside of the zone. Nicholson will skate it down for Minnetonka. Up ahead on the pass to McHugh. To Helscher. Helscher right circle for Minnetonka, will stop. Langfeld puts it on net. Morgan the save. And face off with 25 seconds left in the Tonka power play.
Boy, Langfeld did a really nice move there. Saw the opening coming through. She picks up the puck here. Nobody was coming to her. She had a clear line over to Morgan, and if Morgan had been hunting that post, that might have been really bad news. Good play by Langfeld.
Face-off win for Minnetonka. And a chance for Bayless in front of Morgan the save. Back out left point, shot away. It trickles through. Cleared away back behind the net. Martin. Stensley moved in, so Martin couldn't get a good shot away. McMahon with the puck for the Crimson. Gets past Bayless, gets it back up. And they're offside. I don't know who was offside there. McMahon's like, I wasn't offside. I didn't think Stensley was, but that's the call. Bring it back just outside the Minnetonka line.
No, that wasn't offside. That's coming all the way back into the Crimson zone. Oh, McMahon got a penalty. I bet you it was interference.
Well, that would be the reason. There was no offside call. So she gets a penalty. The Minnetonka will go back on the power play again. Larson just came on. I mean, their 5-on-3 was literally for a second. And now McMahon is in the box. Shot in the goal. A power play goal from Minnetonka to make it 5-2.
Guess who?
Second of the night for Lacey Martin, and her 11th of the postseason.
Got it off to the sideboards here. Got it to her, and she came in and just sniped it into the. Oh boy, what a shot! Oh, sorry, Lucy. There's nothing much you can do about that. Boy, I'll tell you what, she shot that right into the upper corner, and there was no doubt about it. Boy, what a beautiful play in the setup. So the second penalty here hurts the Crimson, and now down by 3 again.
Here comes Minnetonka again. In comes LaRoche, had a goal earlier tonight. McHugh back behind the net. Whistle, and we're going to get a holding penalty coming up here on Minnetonka.
Oh, McHugh, it looks like it's going in. Nope.
LaRoche will go in for holding for Minnetonka.
Grabbing the stick. Well, Crimson with a golden opportunity here. You really want to see them get it going and get a quick score here.
Here's Tater with the puck. Left point to McMahon. On the Larson stick. She'll drop it to the corner. Back to Larson. And to McMahon. To Larson again. McMahon moving in. Back to Larson. Behind the net. Stensley will sweep it around to Corbin. Tater out in front looking for a pass. Gets it here. A shot. Oh, and a big save by Bulldog. The rebound. They score. Larson puts it in, and it's 5-3.
Well, Emma Larson sneaking down with a rebound. I think that was the third shot that they got on that rush there, and she snuck in and down low and got one in there. Beautiful setup for Tater right there. And you can see Larson coming through, and they found the 5-hole again.
Tater the save. Julek makes the first save, and then Larson able to sneak the second one through to get it in for a huge goal for Maple Grove on the power play to make it 5-3.
Well, they need that one. 10:45. There's still hope here for the Crimson. When they cashed in on a power play, hopefully they can keep going. They got to get really aggressive now, John. They got to start firing the puck, and I mean just firing it every way they can. It seems to me that there is a weak spot in Dulac, and that's that 5-hole. They scored 2 goals through that out of the 3 they got. The other one was top shelf.
Larson with their 4th goal of the season. Crimson back to within 2 with under 11 minutes to play here in the 3rd period. Here's Corbin with the puck for Maple Grove. Chloe Corbin with a head of steam. Nice drop pass. Stelgis the save. The puck is not in. Went off the. I think it went off the pipe. It got past Dulac. That was almost goal number 4 for the Crimson.
I want to take a look at this. Well, she did make the save, and it fell in between her. Oh, boy.
That was a great pass. Shot away. Oh, great play by the defenseman.
Yep.
That was Baskin who saved the goal.
Number 6.
Look at it again.
Oh, saved. Did not go in. Did not cross that line.
Great job by Baskin as it did slip past Dulac, and the sophomore defenseman is Johnny on the spot. And I think this is Eric Johnson's timeout. He's got to settle his team down a little bit here. He's still got a 2-goal lead. But then a little shaky coming out of that last goal and almost giving up another one here.
Yeah, just calm down. Keep playing your system. You've been doing fine on that. But I think the Grove has found something a little bit different. They get in low. They're going to start shooting low. I think they found that 5-hole. That is a definite weak spot. And Dulac, you can see it there. It's skipping through there, and she's just not quick getting those legs shut to shut that down and a stick in front. So if I'm Crimson, I'm telling them that's where we're shooting. And let's get some people in front of the net to smash rebounds because she's been giving up a lot of rebounds too. So there's some hope there. But I think you see it right there. It came through again. And Baskin saved it. Otherwise, it'd be a 5-4 game right now. So good call by Coach Johnson right now. Just says, settle down, play your game. I remember Herb Brooks in the Russian game when they got the lead. He just kept telling the guys, play your game. Play your game. It's been successful so far. No need to change it. They got a 2-goal lead right now. But I think a good timeout call by a good coach.
Dan, here's something to make you feel older. Next year, 40 years. It's a miracle on ice. 40 years. Where did the time go for us?
I can still remember. I was on Highway 61 going to La Crosse when the game ended, and people stopped, pulled up to the side of the road, beeping their horns and stuff. It was an incredible day.
Face-off win here for Maple Grove in the Minnetonka end. They put it again toward Dulac, able to sweep this one away to the corner. And back out it comes. Larson will drop it back. But headman pass ahead for Tater. Tater's centering attempt, but Corbin wasn't there yet. Tonka chip it out to center. Larson with it for Maple Grove. She'll sweep it to the line. Brought in by Stelgis. Stelgis gets back up after going down and then knocked away and taken away by Sorensen, who played it to the left side to Langfells. Back to Gilday. Up it comes to center ice. Minnetonka holding a 2-goal lead with 9.5 minutes to play. Here's McMahon for the Crimson. Brings it in onside. Minnetonka, though, gets the takeaway. Sends it back out. That pass missed, and it's carried by Langfells ahead. And she lost it as she came into the Crimson zone. Here comes McMahon, and got squeezed off the puck and cleared out by Martin to center. Stensley on it for the Crimson. Stensley got past Martin, but couldn't get past Nicholson with the puck. Minnetonka plays it in. Here's Bayless. Trying to center it. That's broken up. Crimson get it back. Oh, came to the side of the net. Morgan makes a save. Not clear to the right boards. Stensley trying to get out for Maple Grove. Cleared off the glass and out as it skipped past Baskin. Race for the puck. Crimson win it, shot away, and that goes just wide. Off the stick of Herdine, who suddenly was open. Now there's Larson intercepting in the neutral zone. Larson is shot away. That goes wide of Bryn Dulac. Tonka with it. And Bayless will play it into the Maple Grove zone. After it there is Bridget Getch. Larson off of Corbin's stick. Puck comes free. Tater trying to get there, but Gilday got there first for Minnetonka, and
he's got a penalty. Slash.
I think it's
Maple Grove.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tater taking out Gilday.
Mm-hmm. Just they didn't need. You know, I was impressed that too. The Tonka defense just has been immensely. They block off your shooting alley. I mean, how many times in this period have we seen that shot by Maple Grove go wide? Because the defense is blocking the shooting lane, and forcing them to shoot outside.
Tater units for slashing, time 9:07. Tater slashing, minor 9:07.
So Minnetonka really could put the game away with a power play goal here, and Maple Grove's got to be aggressive on this penalty kill. They still need 2 more goals. McMahon trying to squeeze past Nicholson, but can't. Nicholson slides the pass across for Mells. Brought into the zone by Martin. She lost the puck along the boards. Tie up there. Taken by Bayless. Drops it back off for Martin. Puts it out in front. A great pass to Nicholson, and she scored. What a terrific pass from Lacey Martin right onto the tape of the stick of Maggie Nicholson, who buries it, and it's 6-3.
Yes, we were talking to Coach Larson. We were talking about that power play because they've been so good at it. And he said there's 2 people who don't come off the ice. That's Martin and Nicholson. And Nicholson, she will slip down low. Look at that. She's a defenseman. Look at her. She slipped down low for the back door, and a beautiful pass by Martin. Oh, my gosh. What a great play.
How good have those 2 been tonight? 12 and 14 for Minnetonka.
Oh, they're just killing them. I'm sorry. They're just dominant hockey players. Like I said, Nicholson doesn't leave the ice very much for the Skippers, and I see why. It'll be interesting seeing that McMahon-Nicholson matchup when one's at Duluth, the other one's at Minnesota. You know, I'm just going to say something, John, but the way Minnetonka's playing right now, I kind of like their chances against Edina. The way they're playing, and if they can execute that trap like they've been doing it tonight, oh my.
Now, they lost to Edina twice in the regular season. First one was 6-1. Second one was 5-4.
Yeah.
And Edina can score, so they're going to definitely have to get the pucks in the net tomorrow night, should this score hold here tonight if they get the Hornets again tomorrow.
Well, how many goals did we say the Skippers were averaging during the playoffs? 6. How many they got?
Yeah.
6. So they can score. I don't think he's worried about that. I think they're going to shut Edina down big time. And Minnetonka lost Eden Prairie too, twice, and then they get them in the section final. They beat them 3-1. We're also talking too about the shots on goal they were allowing throughout the playoffs was 14. Right now, Maple Grove with 5:58 left in the period, we've got 15 shots on goal. That's it.
Crimson with a lot of work to do with under 6 minutes to play now. After the Nicholson power play goal, Larson will chase it down on her own end. That's ahead. McMahon had it poked off her stick. A nice play by Helscher. Eric Johnson talked about this senior line comes back and Dulick playing it. Helscher, one of those players, and how they've done just a great job. Shot from the side of the net. Stop made by Dulick on Stensley. Here's Baskin with it for the Skippers. Turn away from Herdeen and feeds a pass across for Nicholson. And they come with Langfelds. Lost it, McMahon with it. Up to Herdeen at center ice. Just hops off the stick of Stensley. Stensley gets it back though. Stensley will carry it deep, a shot away and off the near post it looked like, or maybe off the stick of Dulick. And out to center comes Minnetonka with it. Shooting it down deep is Helscher. Morgan leaves it for defenseman. Minnetonka able to keep the puck in the zone though. Down to 4.5 minutes to play. Bayless skating after it.
Stensley's been just the best player Maple Grove's had so far tonight. The sophomore's really stepped up. She's playing a hard game, but boy, it's tough.
Morgan will stop the puck again. Played ahead up through center. And then back behind the net. Nicholson with the puck. Feeds it ahead in the Maple Grove zone. Bayless can't squeeze through. Alvarez after it. Now Bayless is taken out of the play. Got a penalty coming up here on Maple Grove. Extra Skeeter was headed up, but then we get the whistle, and now we'll get the penalty call here on Annika Johnson. Caught Alvarez there.
I don't know if that's a body check or just a hook. But just working, just frustration and stuff, and Minnetonka with controlling the puck, you know, sometimes it's just you get frustrated and into the box they go, and they couldn't afford to do that.
2 minutes for tripping. They get Johnson for. Here comes McHugh, dropping it back, shot away, Morgan to save. Crimson able to clear the puck ahead. Here's McMahon coming in shorthanded, and a great play by Dulick to knock the puck off her stick.
Boy, good move by McMahon, but an even better move by Dulick. She really shut that down. She kind of knew exactly what McMahon was going to do.
Now she gets free again. Got Stensley with her. Across to Stensley, who scores. McMahon to Lauren Stensley. Maple Grove still alive at 6-4. Short-handed goal for the Crimson. How do you get a 2-0? Short-handed, they do. And Stensley puts it away.
Just aggressive play, and then the skipper's defense getting a little lackadaisical by holding the line, thinking that they're on the power play, no problem. But here's, watch this pass. Oh, is that nice? Boy, put it right in her shooting angle, too. So all Stensley had to do was just rip it when she got within range, and she didn't miss. And like I said, I think Stensley's been the most outstanding player for Maple Grove by a long shot. She's played tremendously well. Well,
Maple Grove will take a timeout, yeah, with 2:45 to go in the hockey game, and now a 6-4 game. And Minnetonka is still on the power play for another minute.
Get Stensley rested, get McMahon rested, get Corbin rested if you're the Crimson. Just got to take another shot at it. Even though they're down, they're showing aggressiveness, and I like it. The beautiful thing was it was good hard play by McMahon to kick that free. Then she got her head up. Good hockey play. Boy, that was just unselfish, generous, and put that pass right where it needed to be so Stensley could rip it and put it away. She's a tremendous hockey player. You can see she's a hockey semifinalist from this hockey.
Stensley with her second goal tonight, the 17th of the season. McMahon, we saw her last fall, Dan. She was an outstanding soccer player for Maple Grove. Really had a great career for the Crimson. Ironically, it was Minnetonka that ended their season in the state tournament.
Uh-oh.
They will get to play another game if they lose tonight.
That's true.
But they're not looking at that yet. We're trying to scratch out a couple more goals here in the final 2:45. See if they can extend this.
Well, they're not dead yet.
No.
The one thing that they got the advantage of in the penalty here is that they can ice the puck.
Right. Minnetonka wins control all the way back to the goalie Dulick on the pass that missed the defenseman Gilday. We're going to have a penalty coming up here in Minnetonka.
Going to get a penalty.
Took out McMahon, who was crashing toward the net. Dulick's going to get the penalty call.
Yep.
Look at it again, Dan. Watch Dulick. He'll make the save. And then here's McMahon coming. Yeah, she definitely got in her way there. Definitely went out of her way to make sure McMahon didn't have a clear path to the puck. So that'll even things up here. And Maple Grove eventually will end up with a power play of 1:09. They're going to send Bayless over to the box to serve the penalty time.
That'll hurt. Bayless is a member of that penalty kill, and she's also a good scorer.
Face-off win for Maple Grove. Here's McMahon with it. They're going to pull their goalie, get an extra skater out there as well. They need 2 goals with 2:25 to go. Morgan is off. Pass intercepted. They got it back right in front. Oh, and off the pipe on the shot by Chloe Corbin. McMahon puts it out front. The puck loose, and Dulac covers up. Oh, Corbin almost got that 5th goal for Maple Grove.
Oh, new game, John. New game. 4-on-4, but there's a great opportunity. Yeah, she did. She hit the post, I think. Oh, my gosh. Corbin had a great opportunity. Yep. Hit the pad and then it smacked off the post. If she could have lifted that, that might have been in.
This will be icing on Minnetonka. They're not shorthanded yet. Still 4-on-4. Maple Grove, of course, with that extra skater out there having pulled their goalie. There's that overhead look at that shot again. 17 more seconds and Maple Grove will be on the power play. We're under 2 minutes to go in the game, though. Tater will play it around the boards. Larson will catch up with the puck. Emma Larson has a goal here in the 3rd period. He'll get it again. One-timer gets blocked. And a good defensive play by Gilday. Back to Larson. Maple Grove back at full strength. Shot away. Puck loose out in front as it deflects onto the stick of Corbin. Maple Grove's got that extra skater out there now. Side of the net. Shot hits the side of the net off Stensley's stick. Got a minute 25 to play. Back behind the Tonka net. Larson in front. And a big save made by Dulick. Back to the circle. Shot wide of the net. Comes loose in front. They're banging at it. Still loose. Still alive. We're down to 1:08 to go. Tater trying to turn. Couldn't get on anything on it. Comes back to Corbin. Lost it. Onto the stick of Stelgis. Under a minute to play. Maple Grove still down 2 goals. Tonka trying to furiously gain control of the puck, but they can't. Now McMahon can't keep it in. Here's Helsher for Minnetonka. Empty netter to end it. It's 7-4.
Tremendous effort by the Maple Grove Crimson. Sooner or later it popped out. We got the empty net goal by Helsher. Great effort by the Crimson, just not enough. Not enough tonight. Nope. Minnetonka is well played this week. You see the one errant pass and then McMahon missing here, kind of whiffing on it. And that kind of put the old proverbial nail in the coffin.
We talked briefly earlier this period about the seniors that Coach Johnson talked about. Helsher being one of them. And what a great leadership they gave this team, and it was not a tremendously a shot and a goal by McMahon. They're going to wave it off.
Nope, wave it off. I think somebody was in the crease.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, she comes around, great move here, and she just rips one. Yeah, in the crease. Yep. Well, there's a lot of fight in the Crimson. I like seeing that. They weren't giving up. They made it tough on Tonka, but boy, Tonka was impressive tonight. They have played a tremendous game within their system. They stayed true to what they've been doing in the playoffs, and boy, I'll tell you what, I will be interested in watching that in the Edina Tonka game tomorrow night. That should be a pretty good hockey game.
And there it is, Minnetonka into the semifinals in Class AA. They get their 4th straight win, impressively over Maple Grove, 7-4.
The way this team is playing, and knowing the coach I do, I hope Edina was paying attention, because I'll tell you what, they're going to have a tough time slogging through that middle unless they figure out that trap. And a very impressive win by the Skippers, a dominant win. They held Crimson to actually 21 shots, but I think most of those came here in that last flurry, so they shut them down pretty good. But I like the Crimson put some fight in it, though. They didn't give up. They kept fighting back. That was impressive. And but we saw some outstanding hockey players here. You know, between Martin, Nicholson, I think, was outstanding. Obviously, Stensley, McMahon showed up. Tater got a goal. Saw some good hockey, but Tonka's system was tremendous.
For Maple Grove, Dan, it's a pretty quick turnaround. They've got to be back on the ice in less than 14 hours to play in the consolation game against Eastridge here. It's a 12 noon start at the Tria rink nearby here in St. Paul.
Well, you know what? We got 2 games left in the season. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe. So I think at noon they'll be ready to play, because if you don't, you're going home. And I think they want to play all 3 games they're entitled to. They could play in the tournament here.
Great win for Minnetonka, and they'll get that 3rd crack at Edina here tomorrow night in the AA semifinals. Well, good run for Maple Grove. Not over yet, but they drop into the consolation bracket, and a terrific win for Minnetonka. And they skate away with the win here tonight. That will do it for our coverage from the XL Energy Center. For all of our crew and for Dan Ficken, I'm John Jacobson. That will do it for our girls hockey coverage for 2019. Maple Grove losing in the quarterfinals to Minnetonka. 7-4 Skippers, our final.